Sorry about that. I just had to check what that was about. That's one time. I also looked up what integral is. It's just some new differences. I'm just going to do the normal. There's no need for integral. In fact, it would mess some stuff up a bit. So, English and Japanese available as adult content. Do I have to like grab those? English, US, or Japanese? Why are they added as a whatever? UK, you know, the King's English, the proper one. If you look here, you'll see the manual. Ooh, fancy. Again, I don't know why it has this, but then just jumps you to a online manual. The main thing to look at for here, because there's no, I mean, there's this introduction about sneaking. Yes, you don't really need that. The main thing that this would be for is this. Now, where is hers? Oh, it has all of them there. Why doesn't it have hers there? There. Oh, where is it? Why can you edit save data? Save data lists up to 15 save spots. Use some data, such as photographs, could require 2 slots saved. Okay, cool. Interesting. I would have thought hers would have been in this menu. Oh well. It doesn't matter too much. Start game. I know where it is. Hello, DJ. You're just in time. We are just now starting. To fuck about a bit before getting ready. The old Konami logo. Now, I have a point that I want to get to with each of these streams. Think of it almost episodically. You'll see exactly what that is as we get to them. A Hideo Kojima game. You've never played or seen the Metal Gears before, have you, DJ? You'll love them. Great story. I don't like the effect of it meant to be in water. It just looks jarring.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility
Gamble.
on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains
What if an integral
of
the
Big Boss,
names are correct?
and they say that if the demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
What?
You'll have 2 mission objectives.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, and one of only 2 people who used his real name.
President of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
I'm just gonna drop it down a little bit. Oh, actually, I don't know. How's the game sound? Because I can turn it down on my own end, or I can turn it down for the stream if it sounds too loud. Is it Grandpa Max? That'd be amazing if it is. If that is the same voice actor. It's good. Cool. It's just a little loud on my end. I can turn it down easy.
Unit Foxhound, your former
Well, what do you
unit,
know?
and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities.
I'm wondering if it'll be able to pick
Sniper
up on
Wolf,
anything. I doubt it will, because I have.
deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, Master
what's it
Disguise, Vulcan Raven, Giant and
Castlevania Symphony of the Night, because it does on the PS3.
Revolver Ocelot, specialist
have it
in
on.
interrogation,
Because that uses the virtual console for the
and
PS1.
finally, in charge of them, Foxhound Squad Leader, Liquid Snake.
What?
Liquid
A
Snake.
different state of matter?
Man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Yes, a very top secret. The thing about names in this game, at the time, I think it was one of the first times a game had been fully dubbed into English, or it had like large amounts of voice acting for PlayStation 1. So there was some weird thing to do with like the Screen Actors Guild or the Voice Actors Guild, in which they weren't sure if this would cover for it. So a lot of them, what's it called? They went by different names. Caption. Why would you turn that off? Vibration on. There we go. Screen. Let's just move brightness. Key config. Oh, you can change them. Action punch circle. Crawl with X. First one triangle. Weapon square. Well, when I have a reverse, that's fine. Cool. So most of them had a pseudonym for their surname, except for two. David Hayter was one of them, and I forget the other guy, but it's who voices Psycho Mantis. Now for the briefing. There's a lot of cutscene in these games. Like a lot. Like a lot.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I think I can control the
I
camera.
just invited you here so we could have a talk.
You know when you can. You'll say camera free.
That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders
I find it
from
funny
you
seeing
or
Snake with
anyone
long
else.
hair. It's the only time we ever do.
You will take these orders.
His hair's also blonde in a way that it shouldn't really be.
Excuse
Well,
me.
somewhat
Who's
blondish.
this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
That's
What's
a lie.
the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Not many people do.
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily
Dutch
armed
Harbor.
soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
Why is there one called Dutch
What
Harbor?
soldiers?
Next Generation Special Forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
I guess it would make
Foxhound
sense
hijacking a
to
nuclear
keep
weapon?
that secret.
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson.
You'll notice that a lot of your like
And the
idea
president
for
of
what you have to do
Armstead,
in this and
Kenneth
some of the
Baker.
things that happen are very similar to Metal Gear
They're
2.
both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear
In the same
strike.
way, very similar to Metal Gear
Stop
1, the
them
whole
if they
point is
do.
your first thing is to go
Any
and
questions, Snake?
find hostages or a
Questions?
prisoner.
I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
Did he really get a choice, though? Like, what if you said no? What would they have done? Another thing I will try to do in this, I'll try to point out any of the little secrets as they are, because there's a few, and I know most of them. And I should be able to remember most. Some I'll be able to show off, others I'll at least just mention. There's one early on that's just too much work.
Tell me about the nuclear
Also,
weapon
technically I don't have to go
disposal
through these
facility.
briefing files,
The
but I do,
disposal
because I want to.
facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
There's a lot that I probably
So someone
wouldn't
needs
have to do in this, like the
penetrate,
protocols,
gather
but I'm going to,
intelligence, and
because I
report
want to,
back.
and they're fun.
Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach
Also,
the
they probably
disposal
notice it.
facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes.
Unless they did a
within
halo
few
jump.
miles of
And
it.
even then,
The
that's
facility is equipped
dangerous.
with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo. Only this has no propulsion
Kai
device
10.
of its own.
Kai
After
10's
the
piloted
SDV gets
torpedoes
as
used by
close as
Japan
it
in the
can,
war.
Dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry.
Yeah, people do it all
That
the time.
suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect
Yes,
to
some
be
of what's
official
said in the briefing
support.
file is just repeating what was said in that little opening cutscene, but they do add some new stuff. Also, it's fun. Also, fuck you.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They
Cool.
say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
Alright, so 19 hours to go. Wow, they really dragged their feet there. They've been told they got 24 hours, they're gonna launch a nuke, and instead of like immediately getting on it, they're like, let's wait 5 hours. I don't know how long they took to get Snake. They probably had to find him. I don't know if they had to try too hard. They probably knew where he was. He'd retired, but because it's 2005, and I'm trying to remember exactly. This is, I want to say 10 years after the events of Zanzibar Land? Yeah, that was 95, if I remember. Because Out of Heaven is 1990, and then, yeah. I think. Anyway, person in charge of the operation.
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Oh yeah, camera free, I can
Naturally,
look
I'm
around.
representing the
Let's
US
look at his
government.
dick. He's buck
So
nude
who's
here.
in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
Which means that the President must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point, they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead...
1990, what was a video conference
Not
like
yet.
back then?
The Secretary of Defense
Specifically
has
99
operational
this game
control
came
and
out.
is fully
It's set in
aware of the
2005,
situation.
but even still.
After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Oh, look, you can look at his
Well,
feet. Quick,
If they
take all the
haven't
screenshots you
relocated to the
can.
nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a
With
bad
how often they
feeling
say
about this.
acronyms and then just
They'll be
have them
sending us
in
some support.
We
parentheses
don't
saying
need
what they
desk
mean.
jockeys. We
Why
need
did they feel the
nuclear
need to
weapons
have dialogue
specialists.
specifically saying
Of
DIA
course.
means
A
stands for
nuclear
Defense
weapons
Intelligence
specialist has already
Agency?
been assigned to us.
Support crew. I love the team we have in this game. Oh, camera free, quick.
We
Get some
need
more
backup
sneak
from a
feet pics.
specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear
Yeah, we can
weapons.
zoom as well.
I know.
There's Nastasha.
That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be providing you backup by codec.
A female analyst?
What's wrong with that?
Built up an impressive record as an advisor for the nuclear emergency.
Oh, they misspelled
search team.
Pripyat.
Contact her if you have any
Well, I guess
questions.
it's I guess
She's
it's
also
in
an expert
Cyrillic
on
normally,
high-tech
so it's just however
weapons.
they decide to write it in
Where's
English.
she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like a
Yo,
million miles
represent!
away.
Except Canberra sucks. Roy Campbell. The man, the myth, the legend.
Colonel, you're retired.
So
Why
are you,
involved in this?
Snake.
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, You're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
I love the little details showing where people have
Okay,
stood in
Snake.
front of the camera for some reason.
Sorry.
Like Campbell there or
I'll be
Naomi.
frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
Meryl! She's great. Don't worry, I'll be going for the canon ending.
What
If
was
you know
your
anything
niece
about the true
doing
endings,
here?
you'll know what I mean.
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my
Not
little
really.
brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War. And since then, I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
Zanzibar sounds like it could be a real place. I mean, that's meant to be the point, but it really does.
Please,
Wait, no, Zanzibar is a place.
save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
One, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And two,
Yeah, you'll definitely
I'll
get
only
that.
accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing,
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
Yeah, and Snake's not part of Foxhound, but everyone still calls him Solid Snake. He has a name, and we learn it in this. You'll get to find it out, it's very silly. Yeah, Zanzibar is a place, but Zanzibar land isn't. That one was made up. Because Zanzibar, the real Zanzibar, is nowhere near where they claim Zanzibar land would be. Zanzibar is nowhere near being able to border the USSR, China, and the Middle East. Again, the only place I could imagine Zanzibar land being is Mongolia. It's the only place that borders all three of those areas. Alright, Dr. Naomi. She's great. You're gonna love her.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's
If only
gene
we could
therapy.
actually call her
She
whenever we
knows
want,
more
but we
about
can't.
those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
We're looking at you
Make no
naked right now.
mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines.
Not
Son.
just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
How the fuck does that work?
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
What?
Nootropics.
Yeah, what are
A
that?
class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
Oh, cool.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes, Benzedrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep
we're
you
on some
alert and
bennies.
responsive for 12
Hell
straight
yeah.
hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
I think the codec itself is in the nanomachines, or maybe it's in 2 that it's in the nanomachines themselves. What I want to check, freezing point of blood. At what temperature does blood freeze? Blood's quite hot. I mean, it's in the body after all. Wow! In -2 to -3 degrees. That's very, very low. Yeah. And so yeah, it definitely would freeze in your bloodstream if you're in if you're in Arctic waters. Right, hostages. Who's being held hostage?
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business
DARPA's
do they
real,
have
by
at
the
a
way.
nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Arms tech isn't, but DARPA is an
Do you
actual
know exactly where they're
thing.
being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Don't ask me what DARPA stands for, I don't remember. Defense something 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 something. Nuclear weapons!
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
Ooh, I can change the camera too. How do I do that?
They even gave us the serial number of the
There we go,
warhead they
so.
plan to use.
What's the number
Quick,
confirmed?
get more few pics.
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. The safety control system built into all nuclear weapons systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That
Just
proves
give
to
him,
be true.
give him like a blanket or
Since the
something.
end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
The terrorist armament.
How well armed are these terrorists?
Yeah, well
I know
enough.
there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
Yeah, you were part of
The
them.
next generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
I think now we have one on each of the Foxhound members. No. It's on under Unit Foxhound, but we'll do.
So what exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic
Could you imagine that, like, there's a big,
information.
like, you know,
Cell
terrorist
specimens.
activity, they're like, we
Why would you
want
want
the
that?
body of John Lennon.
Terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards
I want to say the
identifying
human
those
genome wouldn't be
genes
fully
which are
mapped
responsible for
till
making
Obama's
effective
presidency, because I think he
soldiers.
did. I think he helped fund it.
Do that?
Yes, and using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
And I don't
Gene
remember which term it was.
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, we can remove those genes which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic
This
diseases.
just seems like the
and at
next
same
level of
time
eugenics.
add genetic characteristics as
Yeah,
desired.
we all know how that ended.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genomic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
I'm trying to think of a joke soldier, but I can't think of anyone.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
Damn straight.
We've been working feverishly to identify
Look at him
the
there.
genes responsible for his incredible
He's dead.
combat
Or is he?
skill.
He's
So
dead.
far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to
Yeah,
restore his
we
DNA
set him on
profile
fire.
with just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes, we'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, We can't give them his
I'd say
body.
it's a bit of A and
It's
B. There
potentially
probably
more
is some
dangerous
hereditary
than all
thing
the
that makes
nuclear
someone better
warheads
at
on that
being a
island put
soldier, maybe
together.
being able to, you
I
know,
hear the terrorists are
handle
calling
stress
themselves
better,
the
or
Sons of Big Boss.
deal with,
Sons of
you know,
Big Boss.
be fine with having to kill and not having the, you know, the little block in there that tells you no killing bad. But it also does take being trained. You can't just have, like, the right genes for it. Next Generation Special Force Unit.
Tell
The
me
next
about these
generation, they're pretty
generation
shit.
special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency surge team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they
NBC,
were
the news channel?
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard.
Cool.
And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called
They were trained by
next-generation
video
special forces
games.
should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video games.
I don't know, they were mercenaries. They might have had
Don't
some
forget
experience
they've all been
beforehand.
strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Ah,
Yes,
international
But those are just
international.
declarations, not actual treaties.
Yeah, there you go.
The
Like I
interesting
say,
thing is that
Geneva
nearly
is
every member
just
of
a
the unit
suggestion.
inspired in this attack.
The reason for unanimous approval.
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the
God,
same
they're
gene
French.
therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The
Guess
sons
they
of
kind of
Big
are like
Boss.
twins in a way,
But if
almost,
they
or
were
brothers.
regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine,
I mean,
upstanding,
I've always
patriotic
imagined, like, you know, psychological test. Do you want to kill people? Yes. You're good to go. Like, what do they need to find out on their psych profile?
That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be
I know
wrong?
there's more to it than that.
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
It's so funny, this whole
Even
thing
the
of them being
existence of this
geniuses
penal
and just
one is
knowing
the
how they
national
work
secret
when we
of the
go up
highest
against them.
order. We've been hoping
Fucking
to
dumb as
investigate
bricks.
this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
Unit Foxhound.
High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good
Oh yeah,
as
by
when
the way,
I
this
was
point Snake no
commanding
longer has PTSD apparently.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, a beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and
I
shady.
purposely said that very muffled
And
so it can barely be
Revolver
understood.
Ocelot, specialist in interrogation, and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks.
Hello, welcome.
Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
What's up? Not much.
And finally,
Just
in
going through
charge
the
of
briefing
them,
file.
Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
Yes.
I still
You're
wish
the only
in 2
person
we
who
had
can
Gaseous
stand against
Snake.
him.
I'm just going with the third state of matter. It's going good. We're not long into it. We've just been going through the briefing file. I'm gonna try and show off as much as I can of like cutscenes and codec calls in these
The man with the same
stream,
code
while
name as you.
streaming these games.
Tell me what you know.
He
Which will
fought
make them
with
take
Gulf
longer, but
War
I
as
also
a
don't care.
teenager,
Yes, you can
the
ask
youngest
something.
person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy
No, that's the
mobile
second
Scud
one,
missile launching
DJ.
platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you
The lale
infiltrate
lule lo.
Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that...
Oh, is it
no
gone
trace
from
of
Game
him for
Pass now?
several years.
Thank you, DJ.
After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Fox.
I'm sorry to hear that,
I
DJ.
thought that by the time I
Sorry,
left, they were no
Dark,
longer
that it's
using
gone.
code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it.
I actually don't know Liquid's
Here's
name.
a photo of him.
We never learn it. Actually, no, we do. Never mind, I take that back.
Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so.
The thing is, Liquid's got blonde hair and Snake's is more brown. I mean, here it looks kind of blondish, but for the
You're
most
the
part,
only one who can beat him.
he just got Game
Now
Pass
that I've
leaves.
met you, I know.
Hmm.
You've got something that he doesn't.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were,
see your
DJ, but I
eyes.
just let him go until they do, and
Why
usually
don't I
I
find that thought more
do something
comforting?
afterwards. But you were here, so thanks for doing that. I mean, you can always buy it, Dark. It's not a bad thing to do. I swear there was one on mentioning each of the members there, but that's fine by me. And now,
I need to borrow your scissors.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, just gonna clean myself up a little.
he gives himself a haircut.
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Gives himself a good fashion army buzz cut. Oh yeah. Ninja special. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go through these, but these just let you go and you can read through the events of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2. I'm not going to, because we played them. It's mainly there for people who maybe never did. There's also VR training. Now, fun fact, if you do the VR training, you'll get a little bit of different dialogue when you start the game. Snake will say, thanks to the VR training I did aboard the Discovery being... I guess, I don't know if that was the name of the submarine, or maybe it was the ship they had to take to get to the submarine, I don't know. Well, now we start. And, like the last two, I'm doing this on easy. And there's two reasons for that. Number one, I'm bad with this game. I'll come out and say it right now. I'm not good at it. Number two, there is a part later on in this game where I need to mash a button like crazy. It is not the easiest thing to do. In fact, I'll say right now, it's fucking stupid hard. On easy, it's less hard. Still not easy, but it's not gonna kill me. Hey, look, we got a trophy. I love trophies. David Hayter. And all the other names are fake. Somewhat. The surnames are fake. The first names are real. For example, that's Christopher Randolph, not Christopher Fritz. Doug Stone. I believe that's the only other person who used their surname. Everyone else besides David Hayter and him, they all use pseudonyms as a surname. I don't know if that's changed in Integral. Part of the other reason I didn't do Integral found this out. All the weapons and items are in Japanese, still not in English. I don't know why in that version, but I know where there's Liquid. He's around. This might be my favorite codec of these games. I like the
Colonel, can you hear me?
the way they
Loud
look.
and clear.
2 is pretty good.
What's the situation, Snake?
Looks
Have
like the
fun with
elevator
Gotham
in the back
Knights.
is on its way up.
Just as
I'm
I
not sure.
expected. You'll have to
It's
take the elevator
interesting,
to the
I've heard.
surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you
As I was
need
saying,
to,
I love this game's
contact me by
codec.
codec.
I like the way
Frequency
they
is 140.85.
look in this more than in 2. 2 is pretty
You'll want
good.
to use the codec. Push the
Threes
select
might
button.
have been my favorite for
We need to
conversations,
contact
but
you,
it doesn't
the
have
codec
this
receiver.
look to it. I just love
When you hear
this
that noise,
look.
press the select button. The codex receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Commencing Operation Intrude N31. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if we can really call anyone here. Oh, hang on, there's a ration. I want that. There we go. So right now we just need to waste time, basically, till the lift is available. Boy, I wish I had the radar while in intrusion. I'll try to leave them alive. This one is a lot easier to kill people. I find, oh shit, they heard my footsteps. Whoops. I'd say it's a little easier to kill people because you can snap their necks. The only problem is, and this happened to me quite often, when you do grab the M, it occasionally they spot you at the same time. It's just a weird. I mean, hey, the game's not great. It's PS1. The fact they were able to do all this with the PS1. It was very late in the PS1 cycle, but still. Pretty wild. Oh shit, this could be very bad. Okay, good, they're going that way, and he's going down there. Okay, we're okay. I think I hear the lift. Nope, not there yet. There's no other, what's it called? Oh, there is another ration. Oh, hell yeah. There they are. We also have, smokes. I like how they sent him in with nothing. They sent him a magnifying scope, and he smuggled in smokes. Addiction. Oh, what the fuck have I done? What did I do? What? Okay, if you press L1 and R1 together, it brings up this menu. Because you can press them to like look around in later games. You can press them both, and you'll sort of like go on your tiptoes. I couldn't remember if you could in this one or not. That's what I tried to do there. Oh, there's another ration. I can't carry it though. I think I hear the lift. Oh shit, this is gonna be very bad. Here it is. Oh god, there's another one. Ooh. Oh, I don't like this. I need them to hurry up and walk away. Oh, I hope he's not going to just stand right there, is he? No, he's moving. Good. Heh. We did it. Oh, by the way, when I was talking about names for like artwork, director, things like that, those are all real. It's only the actors' names that had changes. And it was literally to do with this little unions. I don't know. Title. And here we are.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
She's not that old. She's what, 30?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your
He lives in
shot,
Alaska,
I would have
though.
turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Hey, look, it's Liquid. Just shoot him right now. Oh, wait, we don't have a gun. Never mind.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I don't know. They probably brought it for cheap. The USSR's collapsed.
Looks like our little diversion.
There were a lot of weapons available for cheap after that.
Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
I'm not even making a joke. Alright, and just gonna move that. There we go, that's better.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline.
Man,
You've
you
got
really
to
dragged
hurry.
your feet.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
It's Mei Ling with her
Oh,
wrong
sorry.
accent.
I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
She's great.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
Sure
No,
he
I'm
is.
serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to
Oh,
learn
he's not very
about each
Steve
other.
now, is he?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system.
You do that, then I'll explain why your accent's wrong.
The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Yeah, thanks for telling us this now, not after, you know, we first had to use our radar in the other area.
Senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting
You still have this
nanomachines
cutscene if
as
you're on
you.
Extreme.
He
On
should
Extreme, you
appear
don't
on
get a
your
radar.
as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Eh, he's fine.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently
They make such a
existing
bullshit
technology.
excuse
You won't
for
be able
it.
to use it in an
I also
area
love
with
that whole
strong
idea of
harmonic resonance,
currently
so
available
be
technology.
careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar.
Not future
So
technology.
contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96.
We'll be calling
it's
her in just a
dedicated
minute.
frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I
True.
remember. First I'm
I
strip
have
searched by Dr.
tobacco.
Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
Oh,
Oh
you to that,
my.
Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acid.
Snake's just such a weird guy
Who's going to
in
help
ways.
you?
It's like, woman, like, you know, hits on him. It's like, yes, you can strip search me. It's like, yeah, cool. By the way, you know I swallowed my smokes and then had to regurgitate them when I got on land? What a weird dude.
If you want to get in, there's the front door.
Sadly, there isn't the
It's
front
the
door.
fastest
We
way,
can't open it.
but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
I'm not moving him.
What about the air duct near the door?
We don't use that one either.
There should also be a duct on the second floor.
We use that one. It's probably
can't
the
see it from
safest to get to.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Alright, now I'm in control. The thing about Mei Ling, so she is Chinese-American. Well, actually, I guess you'd call it that. Both her parents are Chinese, but she grew up in America, which is why she has the accent she does in this. In actuality, she would have an American accent. They fixed that later on in Twin Snakes, and when she returns in a future game, she has a more Americanish accent than the almost caricaturish accent she has here.
What can I do for you, Snake? Snake, remember what de Gaulle said. The
Charles de
graveyards
Gaulle?
are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China. But I was born and raised in America.
See?
I've always liked reading literature from both
Born
sides.
and raised.
Kinda keeps me in touch.
She probably
I'll share some
she probably would have
reports with you
learned
now.
how to speak Chinese from her
looking
parents as
forward to
well
it.
as English, being
But
living
to
there,
tell you
but
the
she
truth,
wouldn't have
I'd like to learn more about you.
as such of an accent
Well,
because
I'll
she
think
lived
about it.
in America. I was born there. Campbell.
Snake, your mission is to infiltrate, not to fight. Don't let the enemy see you. First, you've got to rescue the DARPA chief.
Basically just
Infiltrate
ring
the
them
building in
until
front.
they exhaust
Look
their
for
dialogue,
some
and
way to get in.
then you can move to a new area. That's the main way to know you've done
Snake,
everything.
Your mission is to
Speaking of
infiltrate,
which, how
not
do
to
I
fight.
skip through them?
Don't-
Oh my god, can I not do that? I can. Just not. It's easy. Right, right in the middle there is chaff grenades. Those are amazing. The problem, I don't think I have ever managed to get them without getting caught. Answer, we're not getting the chaff grenades. Those searchlights can and will see me. Hello? Colonel? You gonna ring me? You gonna ring me, Colonel? Normally he rings me right after I pick up my gun.
Good. You've got yourself a weapon. To use it, first hold down the R2 button to enter weapon mode. Then select the weapon you want with the directional button. After you've selected the weapon you want, let go of the R2 button to exit weapon mode. The weapon you selected should appear in your hand. To use the weapon, follow the directions displayed in the window. If you use the R1 button, you can equip your weapon more quickly.
Yeah, it also lets you do
While
tactical
you're barehanded,
reloads.
press the R1 button to equip the last
Tactical
weapon
reload
you
is you
used. Press
unequip
the
and
R1
re-equip it
button
very
while
quickly
you're
and it
holding
refills
the
all your
weapon
ammo
to be
without having to do
barehanded again.
a
Don't fire your gun needlessly,
what's it
or
called?
you
The
might be
animation
discovered.
for reloading.
If you had a gun with a suppressor, it would be a different
And it's
story.
straight up a thing in these games. They tell you about it in the... There we go, now he's telling us about
You
it.
should ask our military analyst, Nastasha. Her frequency is 141.52.
But yeah, what's it called? Yeah, the tactical reloads is something they tell you about in the instruction manual.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you,
I mean,
Sarah.
this is probably her accent. She
You're the
lives in
nuclear
Ukraine and was
specialist that the
born and
colonel
raised there.
mentioned.
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want.
Anything?
I am also a military
How do I get one?
analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are
Is
serious
she just
about
got a regular
launching a nuclear
cigarette, or is
weapon.
that like
The
one of those
world
cigars
cannot
that are
stand
thin?
by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
She's pretty great. I wish she returned. She gets a minor return in 2, but not really.
Good. You found a SOCOM. That's a Special Operations Command pistol. It's a 45 caliber pistol with plenty of stopping power. It's also equipped with a LAM for nighttime combat. If you hold down the weapon button, you can train the laser sight on the enemy to help you aim.
Yeah, but not
If you
really.
find a SOCOM suppressor,
Shooting
you can equip that
sucks
too.
in this game.
That pistol was designed specifically for use by special forces, so I think it will be useful. Some people find it a little heavy and hard to use, but it shouldn't be a problem for you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island was built at the beginning of this century. It was
That's
made
amazing.
only
This game came out in
to
99 though.
store the nuclear warheads.
Why? If they wanted to dispose of
It's
them,
set in
why wouldn't
2005,
they
but it's
just
funny to
dismantle
imagine it was
them
built
right
in
away?
1901.
They cannot do that. You see, when you dismantle a warhead, you still have nuclear materials that must be stored. At this point, all of the nuclear material storage facilities are way
Just
past
bury in the
capacity.
fucking big ass
But
desert
you
we have in this
cannot
country,
stop
seriously.
dismantling weapons while at the same time pushing Start 2.
So you're telling me that this base
Who
was built
fucking
so
lives
they
there?
could temporarily avoid being in conflict with Start 2?
Most people think that we live in a safer world now. But with all the dismantled nuclear weapons and waste around, the threat of nuclear terrorism has
Be
increased
scared, damn it!
tremendously.
Be scared! Have anxiety, be scared!
After the START 2 Accord was signed on January 3rd, 1993, Russia and the US reduced their strategic nuclear warheads to between 3,000 and
That's still a lot! Why do they need that
They
many?
completely dismantled all of the ICBMs which contained MIRVs. As a result of that, there are over 15,000 dismantled nuclear warheads waiting to be disposed of.
How many things do you need to hit that you need 3,000 nukes?
The warheads are supposed to be dismantled at Pantex or some other dismantling facility, but there are limits to how many warheads they can process. We just do not have the capabilities to dismantle all the warheads that are out there.
Yes, remember at the end of the day, these games are
Over
technically meant to be
200 tons
anti-war
of
things.
plutonium and over 1,000 tons of
Technically.
high-grade uranium have been removed from nuclear weapons so far. And on top of that, nuclear reactors all over the world continue to produce and leak spent nuclear fuel.
Yeah, but,
According to one estimate, as of the year 2005, America alone was storing over 50,000 tons of nuclear material.
I wonder what the
There
actual
is no
numbers
room
were,
left
because
in
again,
our
this came
nuclear
out
material
before
storage
2005.
sites. That is why we need nuclear weapon disposal facilities. Over 200 tons of plutonium.
There's no way to skip through? Damn. Alright. We can use some other stuff from her if we ring her while holding cigarettes.
Nuclear weapons, nuclear reactors, hazardous waste. We are constantly being exposed to plutonium and other radioactive materials. Compared to that, smoking seems not so bad, no?
What a shock, the woman smoking says, "Hey, smoking, it's fine." Anyway, he's now...
Looks like a
Oh,
cargo
wait, what?
truck. They must use it for transporting goods around the base.
That's Naomi, she should yell at us. Naomi, yell at me.
It looks like
Oh, fuck you, you're not Naomi. Maybe because I'm in the truck. How about now? Naomi, yell at me.
it looks like a
You're not Naomi, shut up. I didn't mean to ring you again. Right. Let's move. This is a bad place to be. There's a camera right there. Where are my footprints? There they are. Ooh.
A surveillance camera?
Oh, great place to fucking stop, Snake, you fucking idiot! You utter rube. You complete moron. Absolute twat. Thanks for stopping right there. I'm so glad he did that. Whatever. We're up here now so we can get in. Anyway, we're in the vents. Cue, meme.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master.
He's
what are you
back.
doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet.
Jesus, everyone
I'm in
moved to Alaska.
retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska.
He's much more
longer
useful
than
than in
you.
the last game.
So call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Campbell not going to question how the hell did he get onto this
Snake,
this frequency? Is this meant to be a secret operation? How do you find out?
Press up on the directional button to go forward and down to retreat.
A lot of what he
backwards.
says is just how
You can
to
also
play the
press
game.
right or left to face either direction. Advance while hiding yourself. Pay attention to the enemy's actions and make sure you're not discovered.
But be careful. You can't attack while you're in intrusion mode either.
Oh, God
And even
forbid.
if you go into intrusion mode while you're being chased, the enemy's grenades will still follow you. Snake, first you've got to find the DARPA chief. Look for clues. Snake, first you...
Starsha, anything to add?
After they start to accord with science,
Yeah, we have this one. I swear there was one you can... Maybe I am only thinking of two where you can, but there's one in... You can hold a button and it skips through it all.
You've got to think. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts. You can also try calling Campbell for advice.
Real helpful, Miller.
Soldiers that have been forged in the fires of battle are used to catching naps whenever and wherever they can. There's a big difference between real soldiers and those kids who have only been trained in VR simulators. After playing for a long time, you should get some rest too.
Don't you tell me what to do.
People's reaction speed is slowest around 3 o'clock in the morning, and so is their judgment.
Why would I be
If you're
awake
feeling
then?
drowsy, you should get some sleep. It's also important to be able to control your bodily functions. You never know when a long demo is about to begin. So make sure you're prepared to sit in front of the monitor for a long time if necessary.
Yeah, I think you can just pause cutscenes now, I don't know how.
It's never a good idea to fight on too full a stomach. It'll make you logy, maybe even sleepy. You should wait 30 minutes after eating before you play.
Again, you don't tell me what to do. You're not my mother.
Where I come from, a soldier who loses his head in combat is called a target.
Where you come from.
Military C rations place an emphasis on calories. That's why it's best to use them along with some other type of nutritional supplement, such as vitamins or minerals.
Anything else?
The weather in Alaska is very hard to predict. It can change on a dime. A lot of people say
I love the
it's
shit he
worst
says,
weather
it's
in
just
the
so
world.
pointless. Alaskan weather is bad. Profound.
The weather in Alaska.
That's always good. I saw he tells us about the rats, but maybe that's only if we enter the other path. He basically says, follow the rats, or the mice, because he tells you about them. Or maybe it's because we haven't found them yet. Looking is not easy, because it's... Oh, no, you can. Can you tilt it? No. This is made before directional sticks. You can use them, but I don't. Here we are. Cutscene.
Dark sheet to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
One thing Snake does a lot.
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah.
I haven't killed anyone.
Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail.
But yeah, a lot of what Snake does is just repeats back what he's been told as a question. It's very silly, but funny. Second floor basement. What's that? A disguise. What's this? Ah, yeah. Again, it's not the most helpful when I can't, like, look down in a way. It'd be nice if it just... If looking down here was that... Yeah, as a question. I know what you're doing, DJ. It does work, though. It is a good way to get, like, you know, to talk to people. If you ask something back to them, like, what they just sort of said. But it also depends on what it is, because you will get... It's a way to get more information. I mean, it just worked right then and there. Now, I don't think I can grab that ration, annoyingly. Actually, I can, because I think I can crawl over this. I have to press a button to go down there. And Campbell's going to tell me what one.
Action button to drop down.
Thanks, Campbell. I love these chats. I'm going to go and heal myself and grab this ration. No, thank you. And somehow, in an incredibly confined space, I'm going to completely just turn myself around. How does Snake do it? Nanomachine, son. We're in!
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a
Thank
cargo
you,
elevator
Campbell.
that you can take down somewhere around there.
You gonna tell me how to use stairs next? To use stairs, put one foot on the lower one before removing your other foot from the upper one.
Don't make too much noise or you'll be...
Okay, that's gonna happen a lot by accident. Where I'll press circle to exit the menu, and it doesn't work. Because circle is selected in this.
Don't make too much noise.
I want Naomi to yell at me for smoking.
Snake, that floor is designed so that your footsteps echo.
I don't think it's designed that way, I think it just
Snake,
happens to do
there's
that.
a way to walk so your footsteps won't be heard. I call it stalking. Here's how you do it.
Oh yeah?
First, put your weight on the opposite foot that you're going to step with. Then, take a step so that your heel makes contact with the ground first. Then, as you slowly lower the tip of your foot to the floor, gradually shift your weight onto that foot. Use your knees to maintain the subtle balance. Try it.
Yeah, you literally can't do it.
Another way is to wear your socks over your shoes. If you crawl on your stomach,
You just crawl.
you won't make any noise either.
Starting in 2, you can walk. Because you use the analog sticks, and that's a way you can walk over floors that'll make noise without making a sound. You just walk instead of run.
Snake, that...
Okay, that's all he's got to say. Nastasha, anything to add?
The nuclear weapons disposal facility.
No, we've already got that. Cameras have blind spots. Okay. What is in here? Whatever it is I want it. Thermocoals, hell yeah. Where are they? There they are. It's nice to have these already. Makes things a little bit easier. Sasha!
Thermal goggles work by thermal imaging instead of by amplifying light like the night vision goggles. They'll work just as well in complete darkness. Not only that, they can also penetrate optic stealth systems. You will be able to spot claymores too.
Cool.
But they will tire your eyes.
Yes,
so
they will.
Do not use them
I
too
find
much.
it difficult to look at anything while wearing these. Hey, Naomi, you want to yell at me now?
Are you smoking?
Hey, there she goes.
So what?
Didn't you know that cigarettes contain benzopyrene, a chemical that leads to lung cancer?
I don't
We
care.
now know that when benzopyrene enters the body, it changes to benzopyrene diolipoxide, BPDE, and attaches to the receptors on the p53 gene, the gene which causes lung cancer. The BPDE attaches to the p53 gene in 3 specific locations and causes precancerous changes to the lung tissue.
You know a lot about science,
Oh.
but you don't know how good a cigarette tastes in the morning.
I'm not gonna agree on that. I do not like the taste. Let's just equip the rations. Let's go to keep them on. I want some chaff. Can I get some chaff? Not from there. Alright, we're good. Run, 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 run! Whoa! It's so weird being able to hear them right to the left of me there. Anyway, there's the lift. Got him. Oh, can't I get in there? Oh, I thought that one was open. Guess not. There's nothing else down here. Okay, let's just head back to the lift. There is a guy in the way. He's gone. Not gonna ring me to tell me how to use a lift, Campbell? Right. I think they said first floor basement. Here we go. Yeah, we can see where he is.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Can do. Man, so nice to be in Shadow Moses, a place that's actually easy to navigate, unlike a certain fucking Zanzibar land.
Snake, look at your radar. We've picked up the DARPA chief's
Yep.
signal.
Yeah, we have.
Green dot flashing on your radar. That's coming from the transmitter in the chief's body. That's where you'll find him.
It looks like the chief is being held in a cell. Find some way to get in there. Hurry up and get him out. It looks like the chief...
Okay, that's what he's saying. Miller! Anything you gotta add?
It's never a good idea to...
Nastasha?
Over 200...
Hopefully it's easy to know what they have said before. Now he's gonna tell me how to climb a ladder.
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder.
Hello? There we go. So here is another little secret. I'll explain it when we get to it. That's in this game. You'll see it in just a minute. I believe it's here. Oh, no, not this one.
Ugh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
What the hell is on the floor? Those maggots? It's gross. Anyway. That is just to get some ammo, which I am going to need coming up. Man, this fence is long. Here we go. There's Meryl.
Not him.
So, if you then were to leave the vent completely, you'd have to go all the way back and come back. She will change. She then does... She goes from that to, I think, push-ups. She does sit-ups, push-ups, and a third one. If you cycle through the first three, leave and come back, she'll do all three again in a new cycle, but this time she'll just be wearing... Well, she'll be wearing a tank top that she has there, but she won't be wearing pants. She'll just be in her underwear and a tank top. In Twin Snakes, they changed it. You just have to go over the vent a little bit back and forth to get it to happen, but in this one you have to completely leave the vent.
Take a look around in first-person view mode.
Is it worth it? No. But it's a thing that you can do. There's a lot of fun little secrets. Like I said, I'll talk about all of them. At least all the ones I remember, and some I can show off. Some are easier than others. Like, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to show that one off. I would have, that's why I just mentioned it. Howdy!
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save
You're
me?
goddamn right it is.
What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them.
George something.
In that case,
It's not Bird.
hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just
By pressing a button.
the warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
What's wrong with Alaska?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production.
Mass production of Metal Gears. Why do you need more than one?
If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Take a shot every time Snake repeats a question back.
Rex.
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Well, except for one.
Shut up in there, will ya?
This guy, Johnny.
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course. There is a PAL.
Are they Canadian?
It's set up so that you need to
PAL.
input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of Arms Tech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
I love how he's not even questioning it or surprised. He's like, oh, well, fuck.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Arms Tech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
Sounds like a
So
play.
where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
Second floor basement.
2nd floor basement.
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color?
I already know what wall it is, so I don't even need to
Here, take this.
do it that way.
It's my ID card.
Why they wouldn't take his ID card from him?
It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
It's amazing you don't
Personal
need to
area
equip
network,
it.
huh?
You just have to
It
have it
transmits
with you.
data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically.
Yeah, you don't need 8 different cards on you, you just have 1.
Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Now, what you don't get to see is that the controller is vibrating to the beat of his heart as he has a heart attack. Which is pretty neat. They do a lot with the vibration of controls in this game.
Dead.
Well, shit.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely
No.
not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your
He
support.
was Secretary of Defense in 2005 anyway.
Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of
I mean,
there
in this
and find
universe,
President
it's
Baker.
different. Actually, we find out who he is in this. Well, he's dead. Ah, there is a ration on it there, but I don't need it. can hear shit happening in the other room. Gonna open the door for me there, Meryl. She's taking a sweet time. There she goes.
Don't move!
Ah, he's wearing his pants.
So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're
Look
not.
at my military buzz cut. Do I look like Liquid?
Don't move!
I say buzz cut, it's not buzz cut.
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking.
If you don't have the SOCOM because you didn't pick it up, I believe he instead like grabs the
Liar.
barrel or something.
That nervous glance, that
I
scared
want to say
look in
that's
your
what he
eyes.
does.
They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door.
Why don't
You've
you?
got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
Goons. Nope. Quick, we're in the middle of a firefight. Colonel, how do I shoot a gun?
Snake, what are you doing? Take care of the bad guys and get the hell out of there. You better use that weapon you found.
If you didn't get, as I mentioned, if you didn't have the SOCOM, he'd grab the barrel
Take
there.
care of the bad guys
You
and
get
the
given
hell
one
out
though
of
straight
there.
away right here. You kind of need it. Hey, Nastasha, how do I fire a gun? Never mind! Miller, how do I fire a gun? It's very helpful.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
Shoot!
I'm telling you, shoot!
Congratulations, Meryl, you just murdered 3 men. They had families, maybe. Do you feel good? No? Good. You're alive. How are you alive? There we go. Ooh, more ammo. Ooh, rush. I think I did take a hit. There we go. Alright, stand back. There they go. Damn it. Maybe I had to be closer to avoid them. Is that everyone? There they go.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
Look at her butt. That's how you tell she's a woman.
Who are you?
That's how it works, right?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
I love Psycho Mantis'
We'll
voice.
never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
It's a pretty silly idea. I mean, it worked for the most part. Do you mind, lady? That's interesting. I'm pretty sure that's the pose that Snake does when at the end of the VR training. Is that why she does it there? Because that's her whole training is from VR. Anyway, it's Psycho Mantis. He's just chilling.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
Okay.
So that was Mantis.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. Why can't I go in there? I've got the key. I don't need to equip the key, do I? No, I didn't think so. Oh wait, I do? I didn't think I needed to in this one. Oh, bugger. Anyway, here's the bathroom. Some ammo. Anything else back here? More ammo. Nothing under there. What the hell is this? Nothing. Okay. Huh. I stand corrected then. I do need to equip the keycards.
Snake, Psycho Mantis has the power to read people's minds. He got the DARPA chief's detonation code. Hurry up or he'll get Baker's code too.
That's right. If the terrorists get Baker's code, they'll be able to launch that nuke anytime they want.
Yeah, they'll use Metal Gear to do it. Colonel, did you know they were conducting a military exercise here using Metal Gear?
I didn't know.
Sure you did.
Really?
Snake, you've got to understand. I'm just the middleman in this operation. Anyway, hurry up and get to the second floor basement. You've got to save the Arms Tech president before the terrorists find out his code.
I have to save Kenneth.
Anyway, hurry up and get to the second...
Nastasha, anything to add?
They were conducting exercises with this new Metal Gear prototype? Is that what the DARPA chief said?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So you know about Metal Gear?
Just rumors. I heard it is some kind of walking tank that can deliver an accurate nuclear strike from any terrain.
Yeah, what information got out about the
swamps,
Metal Gear at
But
Out of
you
Heaven and
are
Zanzibar
the real
Land?
expert on Metal Gear, aren't you, Snake?
Yeah, I guess I am.
I mean, Out of Heaven
What
got
about the PAL system that the DARPA
fucking
chief mentioned?
carpet bombed by NATO.
It is a device attached to a nuclear weapon system to prevent the missile from being armed or launched. Usually, a secret detonation code or combination is necessary to launch the missile.
According to the chief, there are 2 codes, and the terrorists already know one of them.
The other code? If the terrorists find out that one too.
Yeah, I've got to hurry and rescue President Baker.
PAL stands for permissive.
I don't know if
Action
she's told us
Link.
about what PAL
It is a
stands for. I'm
safety
actually gonna
system
let
attached to
her
nuclear
listen.
missile systems.
I don't
The
think she
missile
has.
cannot be fired without the insertion of a special electronic code. But if the terrorists have found out the detonation codes, they can launch the missiles anytime they want.
Is it possible to destroy the PAL system so that the missile can be fired even
Probably
without
not.
inserting the detonation code?
I do not believe so. It is set up so that the warhead will become automatically inactive if any attempt is made to remove,
How do you make it inactive?
or destroy the PAL.
It's just like a does a thing open up on it and just the little uranium just shoots out of it and then fuses.
There's no way they can launch.
Do not be too sure. Any system can contain bugs or malfunctions. We cannot relax yet. I do not know much about Metal Gear. Just the little I have heard. I know it appeared in Outer Heaven in 1995, and then again in Zanzibar in 1999. Both were third world countries led by military regimes. They secretly developed Metal Gear to increase their military and political power throughout the world.
Third world countries
But
yet
both
somehow
were
built
stopped
a
by
big
lone
walking
hero.
robot tank.
You, Solid Snake.
That was a long time ago.
All the ICBM silos are closely monitored by military satellites. SLBM-equipped submarines can move secretly, but naturally
what
they
is
are
an
limited
SLBM?
to launching from the Watcher. Finally, there are ALBMs.
I don't know what an
which can be launched
ALBM
from
is.
aircraft.
Oh, ICBM
They
means that
allow
means
for
intercontinental
excellent
ballistic
mobility,
missile.
But they are somewhat
Oh,
unreliable.
ALBM, I'm guessing air
Metal
launched
Gear
ballistic
was
missile.
developed to solve all those problems. It can move freely
And
over
an SL
any
submarine
terrain
launched
and
ballistic missile. Okay, there we go. That
independently
makes
launch
sense.
a nuclear missile at any target in the world. It completely changes the nature of the strategic arms race and destroys the delicate nuclear balance. It is a weapon to be feared, believe me.
I don't think it would really be effective.
The development of Metal Gear is a cynical attempt to consolidate and increase our military dominance.
I mean, sure, it can
while at
also
the same
nuke from
time
anywhere, but
maintaining the pretense of disarming ourselves.
it's kind of what ICBMs
Now
already
that
can
the
do.
SLCM-0
That's what
option,
intercontinental
allowing for the
means.
sneak inspections of submarines in international waters has been concluded, the value of submarines as strategic weapons has been greatly diminished. With Metal Gear, governments of the world will be able to avoid this type of inspection, and at the same time stay in compliance with international nuclear treaties. Pell stands...
Okay. Miller, anything to add?
Where I come from, a soldier...
Nope. Love these talks, Miller. There it is. Right, second floor basement.
Snake, you've got to think.
Nastasha?
Pell stands...
We'll be getting some weapons we can remember about in a second. Campbell.
The walls that were cemented over should look slightly different. Look at the walls carefully in first-person view mode. Try to find the walls that have a different pattern.
Did you try hitting
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say, you
wall?
can also hit
Maybe
them,
it'll
they'll make a
sound
different noise.
too.
Similar to the
You'll
older
need
ones.
some kind of explosive to destroy the wall. Like C4 or something. Take a good look around the armory.
Oh.
The walls that were cemented over should look slightly different. Look at the walls carefully in first-person view mode. Try to find...
Okay, that's all. That's fine, we need to get C4 anyway. There are traps here. Thankfully, these rooms all have supplies, which are useful. C4. Hey, Nastasha, you want to tell me about, Compound 4, whatever the hell the C stands for?
That is C4 explosive, a plastic explosive with a texture similar to clay, so you can shape it in almost any way you want. Although it has 1.4 times the destructive power of dynamite, it is highly stable and won't explode without a detonating device, even if it is shot, burned, or beaten.
That's
You are using
pretty
a
good.
wireless detonator, yes? The detonator is equipped with a scrambler, so you don't have to worry about interference from any other radio source. Make sure you are sufficiently far enough away when it goes off. Also, as you know, the sound of the explosive will alert your enemies, so be careful.
Square descent, right. That's what I thought. Gonna get in there, level 3. So level 2, that's where you get the FAMAS. It's nice that it tells you what's in each door. That is just ammo we don't need. What do we have in here? That's grenades. Grenades are not bad. I'll take some grenades. Grenades! Hey Nastasha, what are these?
You
Probably
found
M16.
some grenades. Just pull the pin and it explodes after 5
I think
seconds.
M16 is one of the type of
You can
grenades.
get a lot done during those 5 seconds, Snake. How you use them is up to you.
I don't know, how much can you do in 5 seconds? Anyway, here's the wall, by the way. There's different ones. I don't even know what's in those, but this is the right one. Now, hilariously, if anyone came along to investigate because they were nearby, they would look at the hole in the wall and be like, eh, not my problem.
The warheads are supposed to be
Probably bring them up ahead. I just want to see if they
It's
comment
never a
about
good
it.
idea to...
Stormman not being full, blah blah blah.
President Baker should be somewhere around there. Hurry up and find him. Also, you can't use your radar there. Mei-Ling says it's because of electronic jamming. If you want to know more, ask her.
The thing is, I can't really ring her.
President Baker should...
Okay. I mean, I'll try if I just don't save what she told me.
Snake, you can't use
Okay,
the
she'll
radar
tell
in that
me.
area. There's some kind of electronic jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
They improve on this whole not saving thing in some of the other games where if people have things, especially in 3, where you can ring the person who saves your data is paramedic, but you can also ring her separately from the saving frequency. And because she actually has stuff that she tells you. You can see all that when we get to 3. The monkeys. I'd say of these 3, this one will probably be the it's probably the shortest. 2's pretty lengthy, as is 3. But yeah, this one's most likely the shortest, I'd say. We're actually going to go slightly longer than I'd originally planned, but that's just because of... Basically, each boss fight is where I plan to end, but the second boss fight is not very long after the first one. It's Baker!
He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right?
It's Bert something.
I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
Snake, are you fucking blind? There's wires everywhere.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot.
The man, the myth, the cunt.
I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend.
I hate fighting Ocelot.
This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army.
He fucking jerks off to that gun.
6 bullets. More than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw!
Now let's ring everyone. I don't think Mei-Ling can ever add anything. No.
Come on, Snake, you can do it.
Didn't think so. Campbell! Talk to me, baby.
If you've got a question about Foxhound, ask Dr. Naomi.
Well, I can't ring her normally.
He's a former member of Spetsnaz. After the fall of the Soviet Union, he apparently served in the Russian tax police's elite squad. After that, he joined the SVR, the Russian Foreign Intelligence Agency, which was formerly a part of the KGB. But according to
I love that.
sources, he was
He
dissatisfied
joined the
with
tax
rigid
office.
system of the KGB and wanted to get out. That's when he was recruited by Foxhound. He's a gun fanatic and totally obsessed with cowboy movies and spaghetti westerns. He's also something of a sadist. He learned the most advanced torture techniques while
These
he was
spaghetti
in
westerns are
Spetsnaz.
cool, I will say.
Yeah, he had plenty of practice. Lubyanka prison is located right there inside KGB headquarters. In a gunfight, reloading is usually
Lubyanka
the most
prison's
dangerous
bad.
time, but he loves it. Use that to your advantage. You'll have to take him out when he's reloading. Can you see where his number of remaining bullets is displayed on the screen? Wait for the right moment, and then take him out.
You also have to be careful with C4 around.
Make sure President Baker doesn't get hurt. If he's killed, it's all over. Try not to cross over that yellow line, or you might set off the explosion. You might also try to phase him with a stun grenade.
Don't have any.
If you get too close to Ocelot...
Also, I can't even throw regular grenades because the fragmentation, I believe, will set off the C4.
Don't forget that President Baker is there. He's wrapped up in C4,
Yeah,
so don't
there
use
we
any
go.
type of explosive near him.
It's not even worth testing. I like to try and hope that it doesn't.
You might also try to phase him with...
Hey, Nastasha, can you tell me a bit about his single-action army?
He is using a single action army? The first model of that gun was made in 1873, over 130 years ago. Today, they're still being made in small numbers, but that's just for
It's kind of like the 1911.
Nobody
You perfect it the first time, and then it never needs to be changed.
The drawback to revolver-style handguns is reload time. That's your chance.
That's why you have speed loaders. You just use one.
The biggest drawback...
Ah. Miller! How do I beat Ocelot?
The muzzle velocity of a bullet fired from a revolver is slower than one fired from an automatic. That's bad for you. The slower a gun's muzzle velocity, the more damage it does. That's because the bullet will tend to lodge in the body instead of going right through. Those kind of wounds take a long time to heal. Sometimes they never do. I think that's part of the reason he likes that gun. He's a real sick puppy, that Ocelot.
Yeah, but now we have medicine better at healing gunshots.
Is the reload time. That's your chance.
Yes, we get it. Reloading bad.
The biggest drawback.
Alright, and he can't do tactical reloads because he's shitty. Alright, that's what we equip a Horatio.
Hiding won't help you. I understand.
Probably no point in trying to do multiple shots off. This fight can be one of the harder ones from what I've heard on Extreme because you have very little health. You'll get more health after you beat him. Anyway, here he goes reloading. Is he going to say his line?
I love to reload during a battle.
There he goes.
There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long silver.
Ah, I cut him off. He basically says there's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long silver bullet into a nice greased chamber. You can tell he's getting off to it. He's just creaming his trousers as he talks about putting a bullet in a chamber. You wanna try and shoot at me? Ah, you bitch. Whoop! That would have been bad. Actually, I don't know if the bullets, if they go through the wires, will set it off or not, but I ain't gonna test it. Oh my god, walk down.
You better hurry up.
Nope. Cue the Benny Hill music right here. Got him! Oh, you can also move while aiming. You've got to hold X at the same time. It's much harder than you'd think. But this is it. It's really only a few times it's useful. I might actually try and get some ammo.
I love the smell of porter. You know, that sulfury smell.
Sulfur spelt wrong.
But to you, it'll be the smell of your own death.
Oh my god. Ocelot. Please. For the love of God, I literally need to shoot you once more. He got me. There we go. I was hoping to get him before I used my ration. I'd get full health after this fight anyway.
Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight. But I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand!
He lost his hand.
Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky.
Oh yeah, he takes his hand with him. I don't know if they can reattach a hand that's cut off. They might be able to. I have no idea.
I like you. I have no name. That exoskeleton.
The way his head moves when he's flipping out is a bit silly. Also, it looks like I've got a suppressor on my gun, but I don't. At least I shouldn't yet. Unless the barrel's always that long.
Who the hell? Can you talk?
Baker!
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question.
Jim answer.
What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He
Good
couldn't
for
read you. How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said...
I love that in this world, apparently psychic just exists and no one questions it.
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now.
Again,
His was sliced
Ocelot,
off.
sadistic. Of course he enjoys it.
You're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
He dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up.
I love how like, such like an old man,
down.
he's just hitting us
What's
with his
wrong with
cane.
you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
Shit.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman!
Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier. It must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit. Could that be the colonel's niece?
Yes.
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up.
Man, everyone has this codec.
Codec?
Yes.
I don't
She
mailing
stole
it,
it from the
did it?
guard. If she still has it,
I guess you probably
we
could
should be
have
able to
still.
contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me,
Yes.
if this doesn't work, is there some
Good
other
old
way to prevent the missile
anti-piracy.
launch?
I already know what a code is. It's in my head. I actually don't. That's why I figured it'd be in the
You need to find Hal
instructions.
Emmerich, one of my employees.
Ah,
that?
good old Hal
The
Emmerich.
team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone
I resent
who knows
that.
how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with
I
anything?
love Emmerich.
Have to
My
destroy
favorite.
it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear?
Why
The
not?
nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been. The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today.
These live-action footage scenes are
Have
very
you ever
weird.
seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
Can't fucking bury
So
it.
they just closed the lid.
I know a
to pretend like
gigantic
it
ass
was
desert
away.
that no one lives in. Bury it there.
And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of muff are reported every year.
That's a lot of
Stands for
muff.
material unaccounted for.
Several pounds of it.
Proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn.
It's funny because there were some paid off and bought by a Japanese group. It was by Ocean
We
Ryukyu.
live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
I mean, the biggest deterrence is man, which is
Metal
mutually assured
Gear.
destruction.
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember
Basically means
hearing
if
a
one
lot
side
about
launches,
mergers
then
and
the other side
takeovers among
launches,
the
and then
big
both
weapons
sides die.
makers.
Yes. And
That
after
means
my
no side
company lost
launches,
their bid to
in
produce the
theory.
Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black Project.
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the military oversight committee.
Fucking liberals.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc.
It's a CD.
It's all here. The main
Not on an
hard
MSX
drive
cartridge
was
this
destroyed by
time?
gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me.
Where did you
They don't
hide
know
it?
This disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Yeah, I can get the famous.
You walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
Have some
I
water.
have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
I don't know how anyone in the world could look at that and think ninja.
Soldier.
Is it the way he was jumping around that makes you think a ninja?
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi.
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
Is that all you care about?
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but...
No, he uses future technology.
What did you do to me?
How?
No!
I still find the idea of it using currently existing technology, but also future
Bastards! So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
And he's dead. Man, a lot of people dying of heart attacks. You think it's catching?
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn.
Just got the snake just
and
hacking him
Meryl
open.
work together.
How do I do an autopsy?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of
Okay,
Foxhound?
how the fuck do you
No.
see him and think
Are you
ninja?
sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Hey! Trophy. See, I was hoping to beat Ocelot before losing that ration. I only had one hit left. It would have been nice, just because then, well, you know. I would have had still an extra
You can't
ration.
use your radar in that area.
Yeah, I know,
There's
Mailing.
some
I'm
kind
ringing you
of
to
electronic
save.
jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
No, no, no. I accidentally saved a new file.
Be careful, Snake.
That's annoying. I'll make sure to delete one of those after.
The DARPA chief and President Baker. So now the terrorists know both detonation codes.
Yeah, and on top of that, they both died right in front of my eyes.
Snake, now that the terrorists have both detonation codes, the only way to stop a nuclear launch is to either use the detonation code release keys that Merrill's holding, or
find the Metal Gear chief engineer that President Baker mentioned, Hal Emmerich.
Why don't we do
in
both?
any case, you should contact Merrill by codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
Yes.
In any case, you should...
Nastasha?
It is just like Baker said. We are facing increasing danger from stored nuclear materials. You see, there are 3 elements necessary in the manufacture of nuclear weapons. Nuclear materials, nuclear engineers, and manufacturing technology. All 3 of them can easily be acquired by either legal or illegal means. If you have enough money, that is.
Cool.
They say that there are 500,000 nuclear
That's a lot
engineers
more
in
than
the
I would have
world.
thought. But also,
But
at the same time, kind of a lot
after the end
less.
of the Cold War, the demand for nuclear engineers dropped precipitously. In the Eastern Bloc countries in particular, there is a tremendous brain drain. They cannot keep their scientists in their country. And each year, more and more nuclear
I would argue there was
engineers
quite
go
the
to
brain
work for
drain
the
in those
highest
countries
bidder.
even beforehand, especially under Stalin. I mean, this is a guy who killed most of the doctors when he was in charge because he believed they were going to
Just
kill
like
him.
Baker said, each year, there are more and more cases of muff coming from the nuclear material storage facility.
Can I just cut it off before
That
she said
stands
from?
for material unaccounted for.
I've
It means
got
that
such an
someone is
immature
stealing
brain right
nuclear
now.
materials and probably selling them on the black market. After the fall of the Soviet Union, the nuclear management program fell to pieces. In the late 1990s, there were rumors that nearly 100 suitcase-sized nuclear bombs mysteriously disappeared from the
I
Soviet
wonder
arsenal.
about that though, because that was very much an idea that they
It is
were
true or
nuclear-sized,
not, but it is
briefcase-sized
possible
nukes, but
that
I
they
don't know
fell
if there
into
ever
the
actually
hands of
were.
terrorists. It looks like the DARPA chief and the arms tech
Because part of the
both
idea was
agree
that someone
on
could,
the
walk
concept
into a
of
city,
maintaining
put down a
domed
briefcase,
nuclear
leave the city, and then,
arsenal. They are
once it's
big
far
on
enough away,
nuclear
press a button and a
deterrent
nuke would
theory.
go off.
The idea behind a nuclear standoff
But that
is
was more just
both
Cold
countries
War
will be too afraid to use a nuclear
ideas that I
weapon
don't
for
think ever
fear of a
actually
nuclear reprisal.
worked.
In other words,
I don't think it was
the
feasible to
only
make them
thing
that small.
preventing a country from totally devastating another country
Or it could
with
be entirely
nuclear
wrong, who knows,
weapons
I don't know.
is the fear of a nuclear counter.
Scared, be scared! That's what the game's telling you, be scared! Scared.
Promote that security. The right-wingers believe that as long as any country has nuclear weapons, they must have them as well. That is why they will never be in
I mean, they're not entirely wrong.
dissemination of nuclear weapons. And with each new
It's the
country
whole
that
point
acquires
of
nuclear
deterrence.
capabilities,
Like,
the need for
usually
maintaining
deter destruction is kind of the
counter-threat increases.
one thing that's
As
worked.
long as the nuclear deterrent policy continues, we will never be rid of nuclear weapons.
I mean, they thought of using nukes in Korea. I think, who was it? Who was the guy with the big old pipe? What was his name? But his idea was like, look, we just used about 7 along the border there. Yes, we'll just turn it into a sea of radiated slag, but we'll win the war. They kind of talked him down.
The theory of nuclear deterrence was born during the Cold War, at a time
Who
of
was
great
it?
suspicion between the US and the USSR. The great
The name's
gulf
on the
between
tip of my tongue.
ideologies of East and West.
I'm gonna
caused
ask
a dramatic
Sandman
escalation
right
in the
now,
arms
actually.
race.
He'll know.
And this escalation of the arms race in turn fueled mutual distrust and fear between the world's 2 great superpowers. The last half of the 20th century was shaped by the policy of nuclear deterrence. But the world has changed. The Cold War has ended, and we are
Okay,
now
tell me.
living in a world where small regional conflicts are breaking out all over. Things are not so simple anymore. and the policy of nuclear deterrence is obsolete. Most of these regional conflicts are the result of age-old enmities between different ethnic groups and religions. In those cases, the hatred often runs so deep.
The game comes
that
out in
rationality is
1999,
thrown out
over
the
20
window.
years later. Still
For
correct.
people such as them, the fear of
Still
a
kind of
counter-strike
making a
often
point
means
that's
lethal,
correct.
and that is why the nuclear deterrence policy has lost much of its efficacy. A nuclear standoff is not a sufficient deterrent
MacArthur.
in the current world climate.
That's who. That's the general I was thinking of. Like, his name was on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't get the name. But yeah, it was General MacArthur. He had the pipe. That is one thing we have noticed as well since, you know, the UN stepped in and, you know, and most nations have gotten smaller. The one thing that has happened is small regional conflicts and civil wars now last a lot longer, which isn't good either.
It looks like the DARPA chief.
Yeah, that's everything. Careful, did you have anything else to say? I don't know if I rang you.
In any case, you should...
Yeah, you just told me to bring Meryl, that's right. Miller!
First, the DARPA chief, and then President Baker die of a heart attack?
Yeah, smells pretty rotten to me. Master, do you know anything?
No, but there's definitely something going on. Keep your eyes open out there. People who have been through war and survived develop a kind of sixth sense to warn them of danger. Trust your instincts as a soldier, as a gamer.
Yes, my instincts as a gamer put me on par with a soldier. Thank you, Miller.
In war, a split second can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Don't ever hesitate. The slower you react, the greater the chance that you'll be beaten. That inner voice that warns you when danger is nearby, you can't learn that in training. You've got to have survived a few firefights, seen a few friends blown away.
Jesus Christ, Miller.
When you're trying to hide, avoid places that look like the enemy might search. Think about how your enemy is going to move, and then sneak in there. It doesn't matter how smart you are, just use your head out there.
Cool.
Snake, divide and conquer. Try to take your enemies on one at a time.
Anything else?
Snake.
Alright, cool. Oh, that's Baker dead. Oh well. Now let's get outside and ring Meryl. I already know what frequency. I'm gonna check if you can see it in the other thing, because I figured it might have been the instructions. On the PS3, you have to look in the instructions to find it, because of how the digital console works on that system. Alright. There she is.
Who are you?
Meryl.
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself?
Yep.
You think you're some kind of one-man army?
Yep.
I don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You?
It's Meryl!
Sorry about before. I wasn't sure
She's
if you
great.
were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
They're not soldiers' eyes.
And they're rookie's eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh, just what I'd expect from the legendary Solid Snake. You trying to sweep me off my feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back.
He's not
on
really
one
much of a
feet.
lady killer at all,
The
so
reality is no
it is
match for
weird
the
in
legend,
this
I'm
way he
afraid.
somewhat
Oh,
is,
I
but
don't believe that.
I guess he
Why
kinda
did you
is.
look so
In this one
surprised
at
when you
least.
saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're
It's
not
funny because
brothers,
Naked
are
Snake's
you?
nothing like
I
that at all.
have no family.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry.
I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you anything, did they?
Of course not. Why would they do that?
You see, this place isn't really for disposing nuclear weapons. This base is owned and operated by a dummy corporation of arms tech.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel.
Foxhound and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why Foxhound?
Why not?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top-secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I don't know if they have. I don't know what the rules for nuclear warhead testing is anymore. They used to do the testing in Bikini Atoll, and then they had to cancel that because it affected people.
Sorry, I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men. Anyway, you met Baker, huh? How's he holding up?
He's dead.
What?
Heart attack.
I don't want to know where she hid the keys.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
No, not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes.
How?
Is he still
That's
alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second-floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Second floor basement.
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
We've done it before.
It won't be the first time. What's the best way to get to the building where the doctor is being held?
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes, you are. You pause for just 1 second in front of your enemy and it's all over. Good luck doesn't last forever.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training.
It's because you weren't shooting
people. When I thought
people.
about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Yeah.
Ever since
People
I was a
bleed.
little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action. And now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit.
They've had to,
allow myself
in
to quit
more
now.
recent years with training, and I say recent
Meryl,
years, meaning,
everybody
like, you know,
feels sick the
since
first time they kill someone.
firearms.
Unfortunately,
They've had to do a lot
killing is one
more
of
to
those
make
things
it
that gets easier the more you do it.
easier for
In a war,
people to, like, you know, be
all of
ready for it,
mankind's
and
worst
to
emotions, worst traits come out.
basically
It's
not
easy to
view
forget
the
what a
enemy as a
sin is in the
person
middle
to
of a
make it easier for them to
battlefield.
shoot them.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream
I
is starting
believe
to
during the
thin out.
Napoleonic Wars,
Just
all
take
the
it
training
easy.
they had was just how to shoot their
But I
gun. They were
learned
just
all
told to
about
shoot at a
combat
white
high at the
sheet.
academy.
We'll talk about it later. For
And
now,
in-
just think about keeping yourself
During
alive.
the Great War, I think they had like they
If I
had
get out of
dummy
here
targets,
alive,
but
I'll
you
think
know.
about that other stuff.
Okay, let me try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
You're a real bastard. Just like my uncle said.
Huh, I told you. The real me is no match for the legend.
It looks like you were right. Okay, Snake.
That laughing
I'll
was
be a good
awful.
girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Then we'll take care of the dead.
Not as bad as Final Fantasy
Gotcha.
X,
But
but
listen, I know this area better than you. Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
After I open
which
up
basically
the cargo door,
takes the
I'll
same role as what
contact you.
Holly had in the in Metal Gear 2. Hey Campbell, I spoke to your niece. She's great.
Don't worry, Colonel. Meryl is fine.
Thank God.
Meryl is a very strong woman. I really respect her.
Have you been listening in on our
Got plenty
calls?
of heart.
Thanks, Snake.
Not so fast. The real mission is still ahead.
Rescuing that Metal Gear engineer is now your primary goal. When Meryl opens up the cargo door, I want you to head north.
Will do.
Rescuing that...
Nastasha.
Over 200...
Miller.
When you're trying to hide,
Meryl.
Snake, don't be so impatient.
Okay, I thought she might tell us about the rooms we're in, but that's fine. Anyway, level 2 card. Let's see what we can get now. Do we have more? Yes, we do have more capacity. Take another grenade. Don't come down this way. Oh. So there's IR sensors in here. So there's a couple ways you can deal with IR sensors. The main thing is these. Anyway, we've got the famous. Nastasha.
Snake, that room is
Oh,
set with
okay, you can tell me about infrared
sensors.
sensors.
You should be able to see them if you had some smoke. Cigarette smoke or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, but these are smokeless cigarettes.
You mean those cigarettes that are
Wait, what?
designed to cut down on secondhand smoke? Oh, well, don't worry. If you blow the smoke in the direction of the infrared sensors,
Oh, okay.
you should be able to see them. That was a good idea, bringing the cigarettes, but don't smoke too much.
That's normally what you would have to do. It doesn't fill the full room. It makes it much harder to see, but the infrared sensors are the best. Sorry, the thermal goggles are better.
Snake, that
Shut up! Tell me about the FAMAS.
That is a FAMAS.
There we go.
It is a bullpup style assault rifle. It is durable and easy to use. Very resistant to overheating. It is a reliable weapon with smooth action. It can fire up to 1,000 rounds per minute. On full auto,
That's great.
you will empty a 25-round
There's no magazine that holds 1,000 rounds, though. So, don't know how useful that is.
The nuclear weapons disposal.
Cool. Shh. Oh, I was hoping to distract him. Right, any other level 2 doors? I don't think there is. That was just for C4, which there's nothing in there. Oh no! Oh, that could have been bad.
what was that noise?
Good, he's coming around that way. Here we go.
Snake, I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Thanks.
Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
Yep.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Listen, Snake.
Is there
the
a difference
cargo
between
door
how
is
men
like
and
an
women
airlock.
walk?
It's equipped with infrared sensors. Be careful.
I don't think there is.
If
I've
an
never
intruder
paid
is
attention
sensed,
to how
gas is
people
released.
walk.
Gas.
Okay, so we'll meet at the nuclear warhead storage building.
Wait, you said you'd stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
These guys are professionals. You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
Bye. I hate this area. I hate this door. I think I have consistently gotten caught on this stupid door. A lot.
The cargo door is open already.
She's not going to say anything different. Maybe tell me about the room.
The cargo
door. Fuck you then. How about Campbell?
Beryl contacted you, didn't she? Go through the cargo door in the north part of the hangar. Head for the warhead storage building.
Okay. Oh, if I have a level 2 card key so I can open this door. There's a guy over there, he's asleep. Hey guy, how you doing? I was asleep and now he's dead. Now he can sleep forever. Anyway, I have the so-called suppressor, another Russian. Did it do it automatically? I guess it did. Huh, okay. Are there any other doors? There's a vent there.
What was that noise?
That's what I mean by, like, you know, genius soldiers. They hear a noise. Oh, I know, better go investigate what that might be. Shit. Ah, fuckies. Somebody might not see me there. Oh well. Let's hide here. Hey, it's only my second alert, which, you know, it's the Metal Gear 1 and 2. Cardboard box, chaff grenades. Sasha.
That's a chaff grenade.
They are
it's
amazing.
A special grenade that disperses thin, narrow metallic strips of various lengths and frequency responses. It can confuse electronic equipment. It will be useful against machines which depend upon electronic sensors. Naturally, for it to be effective, you must use it before you are attacked. If you are expecting an attack, spread the chaff beforehand.
It's brilliant. The only downside, it does affect my radar. To heliport, I feel safe.
A cardboard box.
You're goddamn
A cardboard
right.
box usually consists of a thin pasteboard with a corrugated paper center. They are usually made of recycled paper. It was first invented in Europe over 100 years ago. It was originally used to absorb one's sweat when wearing hats. With the same amount of wood to make one wooden box, you can make 6 or 7 cardboard boxes. And since it's recyclable, it's highly economical. In addition, it's strong and easy to store. That's why it's widely used for packing. But to avoid damaging weapons and other delicate instruments when shipping them, they should be packed in stronger boxes like wood or something. Also, the crevices should be filled with styrofoam to prevent them from moving around. So, anyway, what's with the box?
Oh, nothing. No big deal.
What have you got there? A cardboard box?
Damn right.
Remember that trick?
That's the snake I remember. Those poor fools won't know what hit them.
Miller.
A cardboard box, huh? Just like Zanzibar.
And saved my skin more than a few times in outer heaven, too.
Getting the maximum use out of ordinary on-hand objects is the first principle.
My favorite is in Peace Walker when he had a way more in the box. You get a box tank.
I haven't forgotten what you taught me.
Pretty cool.
A cardboard box? I heard stories from my uncle, but I always thought he was pulling my leg. I've got no comment.
don't diss the box. Ah, right. Stupid door. Woo! It's box time. You can also do first person in the box. Look at that. You won't even notice me. Because I'm in box. Hey, what am I doing? Alright, card. Doesn't open that. There's another door over there, though. Can I get in here with this card? I can. What do we have in here, anyway? Oh, sweet. Mine detector. Actually, I can't carry. Let's read about the mine detector. Nastasha!
That is a mine detector. It works by searching for metal objects. It will even find claymores that are hidden with optic stealth technology.
Wow!
It is set so that the position of the landmines will show up on your radar. All you have to do is equip the mine detector and keep
Mines
an
or
eye on your
claymores in
radar.
this case
Use it
aren't
carefully.
really something you'll ever see me use, like in the older Metal Gears. In fact, I can't. Fuck off. In fact, I can't think of a single situation I need to use them. Oh, good, he didn't see me. Oh no. Fuck! Run!
Where'd he go?
We're good. There we go. Now we're in the blind spot. Shit, quickly. I hate these stairs because I can't tell where the guy is while I'm in the blind spot there. Alright, and now this fun area that I don't like either. In fact, you know what I'm doing? I'm going downstairs and then upstairs because it's going to basically do a little save here so I don't have to get all that shit again. It's level 6. There's nothing in here that was level 2, so yeah. Yes, Meryl?
Be careful, Snake. That airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them, and the doors will seal off, and the place will be flooded with poison gas.
Yep. And I'm probably going to get
Somehow
caught.
you've got to get through without setting off those sensors.
So if you didn't have this, you'd have to use cigarettes, and let's just say that it's not fun. I find them even harder to see with the cigarettes. Okay, that one's there. Good. For some reason, that door's level 5, but this door's level 2. How does that work? Read the rules. Oh look, tank treads.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat.
Now I have
Informant
long
from the
wondered,
Watergate scandal?
what came
Never mind
first?
about that.
The other terminology
using
people
burst
use,
transmission.
or the
Are you nearby?
Watergate
Listen,
guy?
there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you, anyway?
One of your fans.
I do not know what came first.
Colonel, I got a codec call from someone outside this operation.
I know. We were monitoring the call.
Oh, they are listening
Maylene
to
knows
me.
everything about the communication system, so let me have her explain it to you.
Well, if somebody knows your frequency, they can call you. But the question is, how did he learn it? It's top secret information.
He just went through every frequency. Snake? No. Snake?
The only
No.
explanation I can
Snake?
think of.
No.
Mei Ling, do you know where that transmission originated from?
I'm sorry. The radio waves were too weak to locate their source, but I'm sure he's near you, somewhere on the base.
Snake, you'll have to go through the minefield to advance.
Sounds good. Nastasha?
That area is mined? After you locate the mines on your radar, crawl forward and retrieve them.
Yeah, you don't really need the mine detector, you just have to
Anti-personnel
crawl
mines have
around.
killed over 20,000 non-combatants in the past 30 years. In countries like Cambodia and Nicaragua, the killing and maiming of innocent victims continues long after the wars have ended.
I actually don't know what the Geneva Convention's protocol on mines are.
It requires more time and manpower than anyone is willing to invest. The
I did see a
superpowers need
very
to donate
weird
more mine
video,
detectors
which is from
and other
recent
equipment to
conflicts,
remove them. It
which
is
was the difference
least we can
between,
do after
for like
land.
anti-vehicle mines, or anti-tank mines, whatever you want to call them, compared to anti-personnel mines. So because the way they are is that an anti-tank mine is designed to only go off at a higher weight, because, you know, they're only meant to be set off by tanks, whereas anti-personnel mines need lesser weight to go off. So it was people just clearing a bridge, and they're just kicking these mines around, basically, with their feet to move them, and there's something really, really weird about seeing that. Because they're not going to go off, because they're not going to put it, like, they could possibly by accident, but the chance of them going off is very unlikely, because they're not putting the required weight down on it, but it's still very weird to see. Anyway, he won't answer me again. He's just there.
Master, does the name Deep Throat mean anything to you?
Deep Throat? What? You mean the guy from...
Yeah, because that's what most people think
No,
when they hear that
but he
word.
uses the same name. Whoever he is, he's not part of our operation.
How many
But he's
people
been
now
given
who
advice
play
by
this know
Kodak.
about the Watergate scandal anyway?
On top of that, he wasn't using burst transmission. It seems he was transmitting from somewhere on this base.
Somewhere
If you're
on
a DJ, do you know what
Yes.
the Watergate scandal
I have no
is?
idea who that could be.
I see.
We have.
The place is mine?
I was gonna say,
Well,
Meryl,
if
do you know
there's
what
a
Deep
mine
Throat is?
detector, we'll be
Snake?
able to see the mines
Is
displayed
this
on
sexual
your
harassment?
radar.
Meryl! Answer me! Watergate! Nixon!
A minefield.
I don't think they have anything new to add. For the moment. Where is my mine detector? There it is. Oh look, landmine. I'm right on top of one. Anyway. Hey, Nastasha, you want to tell me about claymores?
After you locate the mines...
Nope. Okay, lovely. Maybe she'll tell me later. Alright, that'll do.
This is Raven's territory.
Raven has an interesting voice.
Snakes don't belong in Alaska.
Well, technically, yeah, it's too cold, but I don't think it... I also assume it's too cold for ravens.
Send him a message.
What kind of tank is that, anyway? Maybe Nastasha will tell me. I hate his fucking laugh.
That's right. You belong on the ground. You
Yo, he is Vulcan
crawl
Raven.
on the ground like the snake you are.
Come, let's fight.
Campbell.
Snake, look out for that tank's main gun. It'll pulverize you. There should be some way. Ask Nastasha. She knows everything there is to know about weapon systems.
I already played too. Anything else you have to add?
Snake, look out for that tank.
I love our talks, Campbell.
Snake, are you okay? Come on, Snake, you can do it.
I don't think there's any real reason to call her during these fights. She doesn't add anything. Nastasha, tell me about a tank.
That M1
That's an
tank
M1.
is
I thought it
equipped
was
with
an Abrams.
advanced Victronics. Once it locks onto a target, it automatically
I think that's the only type of M1. Abrams might be a variant, but I don't think so.
Up to 3,000 meters.
It's a
To
lot.
get close, you'll have to confuse its tracking system. Use your chaff. If you can jam the system and get close enough, it won't be able to use its main gun. Use your chaff at a long distance to fool its electronic systems.
Remember we had to fight a tank in Metal Gear in these
Even
mines?
if you can get close, the M1 tank's maximum speed is 45 miles per hour. First, you'll have to
It's not
slow it
much.
down. Go after its caterpillars with C4 or grenades. Once it slows down, toss a grenade in the commander's turret.
You don't need to worry
M1
about
has
slowing it down. It's
exceptionally
very
strong
slow.
armor. With your weapons, the only way to beat it
Like,
is to
yeah, maybe I can
attack
get to
soldiers
45
inside through the hatch.
miles per...
Try
See,
to
miles and
aim at
kilometers
the upper hatch with your
per hour.
grenades.
Either way, even at that, it's not like it's got a big area. It doesn't have enough space to get moving.
Try to aim at the upper hatch with your grenades.
Yeah, pretty easy to do that. Miller! Great help there, Miller. Meryl!
I think you might be able to fool the tank's electronic systems with a chaff grenade.
Thanks, very helpful. Anything else?
I think you might...
Great. Mr. Throat. Didn't mean to bring him again. I only have 3 chaff. That's not great. Oh, you. Here's my grenades. Ow! Shut up, Raven. Is my chaff going off yet? There it goes. Yeah, we know where he is because I got shot. Let's make a getting shot. Oh, crash. Thank you. That chaff didn't last very long. There it goes. There we go. Nope, nope, that's not where I wanted to go. Get on there. There we are. That's one of them.
See how you like this?
There we go. That should get him. Got me! It also got him. Ah! Stay away! There we go. Got him. Fights up easy. Or easy. It's mainly... It's not so much the difficulty of fights, it's more the... There's a sequence where you get tortured, I'll just say what it is right now. I hate it. And the difficulty of... It's hard no matter what. But the difficulty on makes it harder based on how many you have to do.
I hope you are happy he got the card.
We'll play with him a little longer.
You would be wise not to underestimate him.
What did you think of him?
He is just as you said. In battle, he is as if possessed by a demon. Much like you, I would expect no less.
See? I told you so. But I will kill him.
So, General Ivan, I hear he took your hand as well as your dignity.
Technically someone else took the hand.
In the language of the Sioux people, Sioux means snake. It is known as an animal to be feared.
Well, Snake is mine now. When I meet him next, I'll take special care of him. Not yet. Don't kill him yet.
He and I will meet again in battle.
Same prediction as always?
Yes, the raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
Yikes. Versus M1 tank. Cool. We'll ring mailing.
What is it, Snake?
I would like to save. That one.
Snake, listen to what Lo Ji said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
Ah, shit, I just remembered what the upcoming room is. Well, it doesn't matter too much because we're not going to do it. I did not mean to ring you.
What's up, Snake?
Okay, no easy way to exit. That's fine. Maybe this will let me do it. Yeah, it does. Okay, so if I bring this up, I can. It doesn't say that. Oh, it does. There it is. So it does say. That's where it says it. That's what I wanted to check before leaving or whatever. Cool. So that's how you would find her one on the case. Pretty neat. Anywho. We just saved, so that's fine. Okay, so I can get rid of that one. Delete that. I don't want it. Yep, so just keep that one. That's what I want to see. Good, 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 good. Cool. Neato. And that's going to be all for today. I will... What was I going to say? Yeah, so... maybe I will switch over to something else. We've only been going for 2 and 3/4 hours. What I'll probably do with these going forward is each sort of boss fight I want to be like one section. So later ones will be quite long after each boss fight, but for this early bit, they're a bit short. I knew that the time between... I basically remember that the time between fighting Ocelot to fight the tank is super short, that's why I went and did the tank as well. But for upcoming ones, it'll basically be from then, fighting the boss. That's an end of a segment for Metal Gear. And what I'll do after those is then switch over to doing Yakuza 4, which I won't do today, just because I hadn't planned to, just because of what's going on. But next time there won't be a stream tomorrow, as I will be busy, but I will be back on Saturday, which will be Yakuza 4. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.